Hey, what's up? Before I get into this Taylor Swift video, I just want to mention you might notice that my fish tank behind me is empty. Last night, unfortunately, the seal sprung a leak. I caught it in the act leaking, so I was able to drain it and save all the fish. They're in totes to the side of the tank, so don't be alarmed. The fish are safe. Over the next week, I'm gonna have to fix this tank and get it all sealed again, but the show must go on. So today we're gonna be looking at Taylor Swift fans. Swifties, they call them. I've seen Taylor Swift over the years, and I just don't understand the phenomenon. So today, I'm gonna try to educate myself on who Taylor Swift is and why people love her so much. And we're gonna look at some of the craziest fans she has ever had. So a good place to start would be with the Taylor Swift stalkers. I'm gonna focus on her three main stalkers, well, the three that we know about, the three that were caught. I'm sure she has lots of other stalkers, as scary as that sounds. Just to put it into perspective how many stalkers Taylor Swift actually has, at her concerts, there is facial recognition technology to make sure that people who are going to her concert aren't her stalkers. So it'll scan your face to make sure you're not one of her known stalkers. That is scary that you need that level of technology to keep yourself safe. Holy shit, we're gonna get into it. Here's her first stalker. Taylor Swift's accused stalker sentenced to 6 months in jail. This is Roger Alvarado, 22. So the first time this guy broke into Taylor Swift's house, he broke in to one of her houses that she wasn't currently occupying, and then he took a shower and fell asleep in the bed. He took a nap in a shower, and then they caught him sleeping in the bed. And he was like, I wasn't gonna hurt her. I just wanted to talk to her because she seems like a really nice person. That is a horrible reason to break into someone's house. You don't break into someone's house because you want to talk to them. And I hate how he's like, oh, I wasn't gonna hurt her. You don't know what you were gonna do in the moment. If you're crazy enough to break into her house, who knows what the hell you were gonna do? So Roger went to jail for 6 months, and then the day after he got out of jail, guess what he did? He went back to the same Taylor Swift house and broke in again. The hell are you thinking, man? And now he's facing up to 4 years in jail, and he says he doesn't regret it. With a grin on his face, he was like, I don't regret it. What? Are you that delusional? I mean, I'd have a little bit of a shred of respect for you if at least you were like, hey, I shouldn't have done it the second time. That was stupid. It's stupid to do it the first time, but shit, have some self-awareness. You're not living a very good life. This guy must love the fame. He must want to live in jail. This is probably just his way of getting his 15 minutes of fame. For some reason, he wants to be in the spotlight for breaking into her house. Scary shit. He was even like, oh, she's not even my favorite singer. I don't even like her that much. I just think she's a nice person and she'd be nice to talk to. You're not even a good stalker. You're not even obsessed with her. You're just an idiot at this point. What do you think's gonna happen when you break into her house and she sees this man staring her down? You think she's gonna be like, oh yeah, sit down. You want some tea? Let's have a conversation. No, she's gonna scream and run. You think she would just be like, oh yeah, hey. If she is entertaining the idea of having a conversation with you, it's because she doesn't want to die. All right, let's move on to the next stalker. This grinning piece of work right here. Yeah, you look like you stalk people. Like, if I saw you in the street, I'd be like, that guy probably stalks people. This is Eric Swarbrick, and he sent over 40 threatening letters to Taylor Swift until they saw that he was escalating and they threw him in jail for 3 years. In fact, I think he gets out like this year. I'm not sure the exact date, but I did the math of when he was incarcerated to the time now, and it's lining up to about 3 years. I hope Taylor Swift's staff is aware. Oh no. Oh no, my fixed chair. Oh no, everybody knows it's not a new chair now. You saw nothing. This guy sent 40 letters claiming he wanted to kill Taylor Swift and also saying horrible sexual things he wanted to do to her. And it's just horrible. Why? Why are you tormenting this poor woman? What did she do to you? All I can say for these first two stalkers is you need to get a hobby. You gotta just do something better with your time. Use your time better. Stop obsessing about Taylor Swift. She doesn't know who you are. He actually went and personally delivered the notes a few times. That's some scary shit, all right? That's a person who is escalating to do something for real. And I'm glad that they at least caught this guy before he did something. Now, the real scary stalker that she had is this next one. This is David Liddell or Liddell. And the scary thing about this guy is he's still roaming the streets. He didn't do any jail time. He was seen outside of one of Taylor Swift's homes with a duffel bag that had a baseball bat, a crowbar, lock-picking tools, and rubber gloves in it. And he was like, no, I'm actually a client of hers. She's helping me get my singing career off the ground. And that's what he said while he had a baseball bat sticking out of a bag. And luckily they saw that this weird dude was roaming around outside her house and they caught him, and you know, he's just on his merry way. This guy is still in the streets. He didn't do any time, so that is frightening. And this is why Taylor Swift needs facial recognition technology at her concerts. Man, that is just a scary, scary thing. To be in the spotlight and know that you have multiple stalkers, it reminds me of what happened to Gianni Versace. If you don't know, he got assassinated by a crazy fan, Andrew Cunanan, and Andrew Cunanan had a list of people he wanted to kill. And Versace was on that list, and I feel like it just lined up one day that Versace and Andrew crossed paths, and he was like, hey, here's my chance. And it seems like with these stalkers, if they just crossed paths with her, some horrible shit would have happened. That is scary. But some could argue that Taylor Swift's biggest stalkers are the swarms of fans that follow her everywhere. You gotta do better. Give her some personal space. Just recently, hundreds of Taylor Swift stalkers, I mean fans, went outside a restaurant and just waited there for her to come outside. They knew she was having a dinner with her friends at this restaurant, and hundreds of these fans waited outside the restaurant, at one point chanting for Taylor Swift to come out. Are you kidding me? Give this poor woman some privacy. You're chanting for her and she's sitting there like, I just want to eat my steak dinner. And they're chanting out there, I'm trying to have a conversation. These people not only waited outside the restaurant, but they waited hours. They waited till the sun went down. Holy shit, that's a long time to be waiting just to get a look at Taylor Swift. That is not the look of a woman who is happy to see hundreds of fans. That is the look of a woman who is tolerating it. If you really love this woman so much, why are you causing her stress? It must be hard to be in the spotlight so much that you can't go anywhere without having this little group of followers. I'll call them followers, not stalkers. That must be tough. Sure, she has fame, she has fortune, but you know what Taylor Swift doesn't have? She doesn't have privacy. And that is something that some people probably take for granted. I don't know if I'd ever want to be as popular as Taylor Swift because, not that I have a chance of it, I don't think it would be that fun to be as famous as Taylor Swift because then you just can't go anywhere. Then you're just too out there. You have no privacy. I enjoy my privacy. One Taylor Swift fan took to TikTok to condemn the actions of these fans and say they're not true Swifties. There were some supportive comments underneath this TikTok video also. I'm such a Swiftie, but I don't know when Jack's wedding is, and I'd never show up to an event I wasn't invited to, even if I knew where it was. This is exactly how Taylor Swift fans are. Have you not seen them stalking, calling her mother, harassing her exes, even though Taylor said not to? Insane. This makes me so sad. Is that true? Do people call her mom and harass her exes? Holy shit. These hardcore fans are like rabid dogs. Should I be doing this video? Should I be scared? Look, I'm just trying to get a little bit of that untapped Taylor Swift market. I've never talked about her before. So, you know, me and the Swifties, we're going to be pals now after this video. Just you watch. Or I'm gonna get threatening letters, I don't know. You're not a true Swiftie if you're doing this when they know Taylor Swift asks people not to stalk her and follow her around. She asks them not to and they still do it. Okay, so I can get on board with that. These are no longer Swifties. If you wait outside a restaurant for Taylor Swift for multiple hours when she's already asked you not to, you are no longer a Swiftie. You are graduating to stalker. That's right. Let it be known that if you want to remain a Swiftie, don't go over the border to stalker. Remain Swiftie, not stalker. Don't elevate to stalker. Like if you try to grab her while she's on stage, you have officially elevated to stalker. What did they think was gonna happen? They tried to grab her feet? What were you trying to accomplish? You were just gonna knock her over so she would fall? You're gonna drag her off the stage and you think this sea of fans was gonna let you hurt her? The hell? They're like, sorry, I just wanted to smell her foot. You fucking freak. But you know what I really appreciate is that Taylor Swift doesn't skip a beat. She got grabbed by this person who had ill intent and she just strutted off and continued to sing. That is a professional. That is someone who has been grabbed on stage a lot. She's like, well, it was bound to happen once a show. This is a very alarming one. This person got all the way up on stage, went up the stairs and handed Taylor Swift a letter. Where the hell was her security team? Someone dropped the ball here. If this person had ill intent or wasn't a nice person who just wanted to hand her a letter, we could have lost Taylor Swift that day. That is scary. And again, you are not a Swiftie anymore. Yeah, sure, your letter might say nice, kind things, but you went on stage and you'd think she was happy to see you face to face with her? No. I bet her life flashed before her eyes. She was scared shitless when you walked up on stage and she was like, who the fuck are you? You think she was like, oh wow, a hardcore fan, I'm so happy. No. You scared the shit out of her. And you probably got some security guards fired too. No, she was not happy. What, do you think she'd be like, wow, oh my god, I'm in love with you now? What? I just don't get that mentality. Here's a guy just like basically being tackled to the ground. What the hell was he gonna do? That man looks angry. You were gonna run up and what? Confess your love? I just imagine he's being dragged away yelling things like, I love you, Taylor Swift. Why do people get so obsessed with her? It's crazy. It is insane how obsessed people become. I'm not saying every fan is this obsessed. I'm starting to see that there is a level of fan that is a Swiftie that is not crazy. And then some people escalate from Swiftie to stalker. That is what I'm learning. Oh, and since we're just talking about Taylor Swift being attacked on stage, can we do a throwback to VMA Awards, where Kanye West came and decided he was more important than Taylor Swift's speech?
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Okay, yeah, Beyonce had a great video, but, you know, unless Beyonce wants to go up there and grab the mic, then maybe you shouldn't be speaking for her. This is like the moment that Kanye West started his downward spiral. I think the moment he hit rock bottom was probably, I don't know, when he broke up with his ex and then she started dating Pete Davidson. I mean, I love Pete Davidson, but even I look at him, I'm like, damn, that white boy's scrawny. Look, I love Pete Davidson, but you have to admit that he has the body type of an anorexic crackhead. Somehow he makes it work, though. It looks good on him. But you know, the more I dive into her personal life, the more I look into who Taylor Swift is, I'm starting to understand why so many people love her, why she has so many adoring fans. Because she legitimately is just a great person. Here's a list I found on Ranker of just nice things she's done. She donated $50,000 to a fan with cancer. This 11-year-old girl was one of her fans, got a personal message and a donation from Taylor Swift. She donated $250,000 to help Kesha. I'm not really sure what the situation was with Kesha, but she helped out. She reached out to a fan who lost her mother. Just randomly, she heard about a fan who lost her mother and she reached out to her and sent her some well wishes just because she's a nice person. She bought a fan presents just because. I guess there was a fan going through some struggles, so she bought her presents for Christmas. She also sent a bunch of her hardcore fans a bunch of Christmas presents, just mailed them to their houses. And those people, I'm sure, are fans for life now. One lucky birthday girl got lunch from Taylor Swift. Yes, she bought a fan lunch. She does a lot for her fans. She spent Valentine's Day with a 15-year-old fan. She gave $10,000 to a school for the deaf, and she also offered any of them tickets to her concert if they wanted. She played multiple sets on her Eras tour in the pouring rain, and I actually have mad respect for that. She didn't cancel her tour because of a little bit of rain. She just did it for fun. She said the show must go on. She cast one of her fans in the Shake It Off video. I'm starting to see why her fans are so loyal. She helped give 25,000 books to New York City schools. This woman just does great things. She donated $15,000 to a fan's GoFundMe for her mother. From Taylor Swift, love Taylor, Meredith, and Olivia Swift. She crashed the wedding of 2 superfans. She sang with Jordan when he was sick. That's another one of her fans that was sick, and she went and gave him a private concert, one-on-one. This woman loves her fans. She sang to Rhode Island fans in the hospital. She just randomly was in the neighborhood of a children's hospital while she was visiting with her father, and they decided, hey, let's go to the hospital and walk around and sing some songs for children, and she spent 5 hours there. She helped pay a fan's student loans. She made responsible and generous decisions during the coronavirus pandemic. She refused to throw concerts for COVID. Okay, that is just being a responsible human being. She baked cookies for her fans. She sent a personal letter to a New York City nurse. And the list goes on, and honestly, I get it now. She goes above and beyond for her fans. I understand why so many people love her now. It's great. I'm actually a bit of a fan now. I think I'm gonna, go look online, do a little Googling, see if I can find myself some Taylor Swift merch. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here's someone selling Taylor Swift The Eras Tour confetti, 5 pieces per. Wow, you just spend 50 bucks, you get a little pile of confetti. Sounds good to me. When I'm crying tears of joy because of how much her music moves me emotionally, I can use the confetti to dry my tears. Oh, here's a rain poncho from Nashville when she played in the rain. You see, $150 for a poncho, and you know someone bought it, but here's the craziest one. This is bagged authentic air from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour show, and I bet you someone actually bought it for $100, okay? That is the bagged air of 1,000 screaming fans. I wonder if anyone will ever try to bag, you know, like a fart or something. You know, like get really close to her and just be like, ooh, I got some of Taylor Swift's song in this bag. She breathed into the bag. And then I got tackled by security. But it was worth it. Now I'm officially a stalker. I'll leave you with this one weird phenomenon that some Taylor Swift fans say is happening to them. And they're calling it post-concert amnesia, where Taylor Swift fans who saw her live in concert are forgetting the entire event. They say they can't remember any particular part of it. They don't remember it. Now that's kind of creepy, all right? A doctor was like, yeah, we're calling it post-concert amnesia, but just so you know, that's not a medical term. That's just what we're calling this. It's like one of those things that's spreading where people are like, yeah, I think that happened to me too. It's like a mind virus, you know? Maybe it did happen. Maybe Taylor Swift is pumping those arenas full of toxic gases that are making you forget and making you worship her like a god. Oh no. Is Taylor Swift an alien? Oh, I'm onto something here. Get this shit off me. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. I think what's actually happening... that's better. I think what's actually happening is... they're getting drugged by the euphoria they're feeling. You know, they're getting there and they're so in love with Taylor Swift and they're so excited to see her live that it's like this overwhelming feeling, almost like a drug to them, that during the entire concert they're high on happiness, basically. Or maybe they're on actual drugs. Probably not. That's what I think is probably happening. You're getting all drugged up on your own happiness. I think the article said something about that. I only kind of skimmed it, but that's what I was already thinking. Like, you know what? They're probably so in love with her that it's like they're getting drugged by their own love, and they're forgetting because they were so high on love. Anyway, that was just kind of a cool little thing. I filmed this part after the end of the video, so these are just going to transport magically back to my chest for the finishing of the video. Now, if I've learned anything from this video that I've done, is that Taylor Swift deserves the fame. She's a great person. She does a lot of great things. And you know, if my daughters grew up to worship Taylor Swift and became hardcore Taylor Swift fans, as long as they're not following her around, I see nothing wrong with it. Because she seems like a really good role model for young women. But the fans that adore her and love her, this is a message for you. You gotta remember that Taylor Swift is a real person. And you gotta just start setting some boundaries, okay? If you're a Swiftie and you really love Taylor Swift, then you will set boundaries because you love her so much. You get what I'm saying? Don't be following her around everywhere. She doesn't like it. That's not going to make her like you. It's like when a fly is buzzing around your ear. Are you like, oh, sweet, I love that fly. It's so persistent. Now it really persistently makes me love it because it buzzes in my ear all the time. No, eventually it flies into your ear and it dies and you're just like, ah, finally, it's gone. My message is just, come on, give her some privacy. Don't be so gung-ho, and please, for the love of God, people stop stalking this woman. And I'm talking about the bad stalkers, okay? The fan stalking is one thing, but the actual stalking also should stop. That's scary. Oh. Anyway, Taylor Swift, hope you enjoyed my video, because I know you're watching it for sure. Yeah, that's the video. Something different. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna get this tank back up and running ASAP. I'm gonna do my best. If there's a crack in the glass, there's nothing I can do, but I'm pretty sure it's just a seal problem. I just have to take off all the caulking and re-caulk the whole tank. It's gonna be like a week-long thing. It's gotta dry over 2 days, so you know, it's going to be a process, but I'm going to get my fish back in there eventually. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the long-form videos. I've been seeing a great response from you, so I'm going to keep them coming. Now, come up to your screen real quick. Boop! I may not be Taylor Swift, but I do love my fans. Bye. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/FLuffeeTalks, and get yourself some Fluffy merch if you want. It's no pressure. You just check it out, see what you think. Bye.